Hi there, hello there, internet dwellers, and welcome to another episode of the GC Informer. I did take a small hiatus last week from the news because my head blew up after E3 and I just could not... So much gaming things going on, I had to digest it and calm down. But I'm back, and let's jump straight into some news. Something popular that's going on at the moment, has happened before, but definitely quite hyped at the moment, is accusations and suing of companies from other companies because of idea copying or general similarities between games being a little too close to the bone. Well, reportedly Bethesda is now jumping on this bandwagon and they are going after Warner Brothers for their Westworld mobile game because of its similarities to Fallout Shelter. However, the difference, this isn't just an attack on similarities, this is a general accusation from Bethesda that Warner Brothers have been using code from Fallout Shelter. So something a lot more serious in the fact that, you know, it's not PUBG syndrome, this is an actual usage of Bethesda's own code, which is illegal. So I'm sure you're familiar with Fallout Shelter and how it works. Well, Westworld, the mobile game, looks similar. You play as a new employee and have control of the overworld from the underground bunker, creating AI hosts and matching them with guests to satisfy their every desire. But yes, the problem lies because Bethesda know, or they're pretty sure, that the mobile game is using the code from Fallout Shelter because many of the same bugs that featured at the early stages of Fallout Shelter are in the Westworld mobile game. One could argue that, well, maybe the person developing it had the same problems as their common issues? But it's a very, very stretched argument. If they're right and it is the exact same bugs, then oh well, I don't think there's much argument there. So Mario Tennis Aces came out yesterday, a game that a lot of people were actually super excited for. Fans of any of the original Mario Tennis series were quite looking forward to it. I myself was not the greatest of fans towards the sports games, so meh. I like the Olympic games because they feature a number of different sports and things, but that's actually very interesting because it has already been met with quite a large backlash from the internet. And on day 2 of its release, because it only came out yesterday on the 22nd, people want a refund. Why, you ask? Well, that is because you cannot change the settings of a tennis game and in effect create your own tennis setup, whatever you wanted to do. It won't let you. This game has very much been designed with short matches in mind, as you only need to play 3 games in total, and then that's the end of the game. So 2 out of 3 wins and then you're done. Anyone who follows tennis will know that that's not the standard rules of tennis. Tennis has games, sets, match. So typically you would play 3 sets or 5 sets, and then within each set it's usually the first to 6 games, but you need to have a 2-game lead. So you can win 6 games to 4, however if it's 6 games to 5 you'll need to go into the 7th game and such and such and such, until eventually you'll have to hit a tiebreaker because otherwise it could just never end. Trust me, some tennis games do go on for a very, very long time. Hashtag Wimbledon. But yes, the thing that has made the internet rather salty, a few people on Reddit already making comments about it, is the inability to basically create a full tennis game. You cannot play a traditional game of tennis in Mario Tennis Aces. In fact, people have gone so far as to say that the game feels more like a fighting game rather than an actual tennis game, because it is quick and the game's focus far too much on trick shots and special shots and power shots that it just feels more like you're trying to literally knock out your opponent physically rather than just knocking them out of the tournament. I think it's quite sad that this has happened because I don't know, the game did look quite fun when Nintendo kept talking about it. I wasn't particularly interested, but now that it's come out like this, it does make it feel a lot more like something that would belong on one of the Olympic game sets that usually comes out, because again, those are all sort of mini game sports designed to not last very long, because you normally will do more than one in a sitting. And Mario Tennis Aces feels like the tennis segment from one of those games, so yeah, I get it. If you wanted to do a tournament and you were doing full-fledged tennis matches, it would take days, but if you wanted to play with your friend, if you wanted to have a proper game, then I don't see why Nintendo couldn't have put some setting amendments in it. Would it really have been such a big deal to let people play proper game sets match? No? They've done it before! Who knows, maybe this will be a paid-for DLC. But I think it is safe to say that Nintendo did not ace this one. Oh! I had to. I said it earlier and then I was like, oh, I need to put that in. More bad news for you fans of Friday the 13th, the game. Oh, if you follow the game, you were probably aware of the legal dispute caused by I believe a debate amongst the people who over the actual ownership rights of the Friday the 13th franchise, which has unfortunately led to the developer of the game, Gun Media, now coming out and confirming that they won't be making any more additions to this game, and there will be no new content ever. The question was put to Gun Media if the dispute is settled, if they would come back to Friday the 13th at any point and be able to resume the game, but Wes Keltner, the founder and president of the company, said that's a definite no. He went on to say that development on games can't just be stopped in place and then resumed, so it ain't gonna happen. Particularly as this does not have a resolution date at any point at the moment, so you can't even plan for the future. So now all that they can focus on is actually running the game, console dedicated servers and bug fixes. They can't add any new content, they can't even add original content or anything, because they have no say over the game at all now in the additions, and that's a shame. I remember when the game came out, it was met with some judgments because it was quite lacking, I believe, for its price tag. There wasn't much in it, but I know that over this time they have worked really hard to put more stuff into the game, and I think people were pretty happy with it. So it is a shame. Oh well. Maybe the dispute will be settled eventually and then somebody else might make a sequel. Maybe Gun Media can make Friday the 13th. I was gonna say 2, but it's weird to put another number after a number. And finally, a little good news for everyone. Square Enix have announced the date for the first episode of the new Life is Strange Part 2. Or Life is Strange 2. I don't know why I added a part, sorry. It will be a 5-episode series. I think the first one was as well. And the first episode will be coming out on the 27th of September this year. So not much longer to wait. If you can't wait, then there's that spin-off episode, what's its name? Captain Awesome. The Awesome Adventures of Captain Spirit. I did not just look at the title. And that's coming out in August. Nope, I'm lying. That's coming out on June the 26th. I don't know where I got August from. Sorry about that. I haven't played any of the Life is Strange games. I know all about them and they're on my to-play list, so I'm gonna get to that. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave your comments below, any feedback about any of the stories. What are your opinions? And stay tuned to GameCast for more awesome gaming content all the time, every time. I've been your host, Orange Lightning. Enjoy the rest of your weekends, take care for now, and I'll see you all again real soon.